Well, thank you very much, Yuveka. And as we've just mentioned, Danny Jordaan has cast his vote here, basically slotting in 2 ballot papers in 2 different boxes. And I suspect one is PR and one is ward. I don't have to explain that to you. You're already aware of that by now. But let's talk to Danny Jordaan without wasting any time. Mr. Jordaan, thank you very much for giving us your time. First of all, the turnout here. Are you at all impressed? Are you worried? Weather conditions are not playing game today.
No, I always expected a huge turnout. I think the turnout of 2011 is not an indication. This turnout, I think, shows the enthusiasm, the intensity of the campaign, and the people's readiness to cast their vote.
But it's got to worry you, though, with regards to areas in the townships where people don't have, personal cars. They rely on public transport, and so this weather might actually make them reluctant to come out.
Yeah, I think that is our challenge for the day, is to bring all our supporters and voters out to the polling stations and get them out to vote. If we do that and we get a high voter turnout, we'll be home and dry, no question about it.
I heard you earlier talking to my media colleagues, and you saying that you're looking at around 55% for the ANC. Where do you get that figure?
Well, the last one was 51%. In the northern areas of this metro, we got between 4 and 7%. I think it is a given that we will get way beyond that into the 20s and 30s, and therefore we will definitely move towards 55% and higher.
Where does that confidence come from? Does it come from the northern areas that you believe that you've taken back now from the DA?
No, it comes from the metro-wide intensive campaigning. We always had, whether it's in a hall, the hall was packed. We went to eNCA Stadium, there were 30,000 people. We went to KwaNobuhle, there were 12,000 people. We had massive turnouts at all of our gatherings. And people are telling us we are back and we're going to vote for the ANC.
Mr. Jordaan, just a side issue, a story coming out yesterday suggesting that you've hired very top-notch lawyers to defend you in the FIFA case. What does this signify? Is there a case to answer to here? Do you have an arrest warrant on your name?
No, there is absolutely no such thing. And this reminds of an apartheid strategy by the Democratic Alliance. They had a meeting yesterday, and they knew at that time that by late yesterday afternoon, Naspers is going to issue a statement. First, they tried to carry this lie, and then they twisted the story. And the sad thing is that whilst we talk about the media's right to criticize, the media in our country must never do what the media under apartheid did, is to actually promote one political party. And this thing is sad. I think the indictment is on the media of South Africa, in particular on Naspers. They come from an apartheid past where they promoted the National Party as an apartheid. Now they do the same. It's sad. It's very sad.
Are you saying that the timing of this story is suspect to you? Is that what you're saying?
No, it is not suspect. It is a huge setback for press freedom in our country. It's a huge setback. It reminds us of the voter basson dirty tricks of the apartheid era. And we must condemn it.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Jordaan. That was the ANC's mayoral candidate here in Nelson Mandela Bay, Yuveka, also talking in part about a story that came out yesterday that he's hired top lawyers to defend him in the so-called FIFA bribery case. And of course, as you hear him say now, in fact, he actually wants to come back again. Mr. Jordaan is quite upset about this. What more do you want to say?
You see, we must not lie to the public. One, there is no case against any South African. So there's no South African that need to defend him or herself. That's the fact. Let's put the facts. FIFA said very clear that neither the FBI or FIFA says that the World Cup was won through bribes. It's a statement which issued in March. They've deliberately ignored it. Since when you hire, as SAFA did, not me, SAFA, hire lawyers, that by hiring a lawyer, it's an admission of guilt. Then Trollope hired lawyers, therefore he's guilty. Then all of the DA people who hired lawyers are guilty. Where is this logic?
So the lawyers that they're talking about, they've been hired by SAFA, is that what you're saying?
Because SAFA has joined FIFA. And I don't want to deal with this thing because it is not worthy of comment. It's an election strategy, it's a desperate campaign, and the sad thing is that an attack led by Naspers and by a man called Basson reminds us of the dirty tricks of voter Basson has embarked on this dirty campaign. It's a dirty campaign and it doesn't need to be dignified by further comment.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Jordaan. Well, there you have it, Yuveka, saying that this is a dirty tricks campaign.